Hello, my name is Gil and you're watching Coding with Gil, String Calculator Part 3. So last time I had to split the video was split into two parts, not on purpose. This time I'm going to have more clear goals of what I want to do on this session. So I wrote the goals here to help me remember because I have terrible memory. So this time we're going to refactor the tests and I'm going to show you PyTest Parameterize. So I was thinking about this this code yesterday, and you may realize that, you probably realized it before me, that these tests they're the same, right? The only thing that changes is the input and the expected result, right? So for example, the empty string, this is the input and this is the expected result, right? So we're just testing empty string results in 0, right? 1 results in 1. 1, 2 results in 3. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to try to, no, I'm not going to try, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to refactor this into a data table and I'll show you why. So we're going to get rid of all of these functions and we're going to create a big one. So this is not, so we shouldn't take this lightly because we're refactoring tests that don't have tests, right? Because they're tests. Some people may want to refactor tests, but I say they're crazy, or prove me wrong in a comment. So, well, I'm going to call this test. What shall this be called? Let's call it big test. So I'm going to say parameters will be, let's call a list of tuples, and let's say this, right? So we're going to loop through for parameter in parameters. We're going to do this, and I mean we can even move this. So this would be parameter, the first element of the perimeter and second element of perimeter. Let's see if this passes. Yes, it does. A bit slow, I don't know why. Okay, so now we can get rid of this test, right? Now, as for this one, we just need to add 1, 1, correct? And the same for this one. So I'm going to write them down and then I'm going to delete the tests. So that's /n. It's going to be 3 as well. I know I need to put the commas there. Don't worry. And this is 1. Then we had the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 15. I think that was the last one of the normal tests. Now we also need this one, and the other ones are negative tests. We'll get to those in a while. So I want this to be like this. So you see what I'm doing here. So I moved all of those tests into one single test that tests each of those pairs, right? The input and the output. So the only thing that we're missing from doing these tests that way is the title. But I mean, it's quite redundant because it just says like 2 numbers, right? And we do have 2 numbers. Then the new line between 2 numbers, but it's written here. right? So we can see clearly from the tests what they're doing. So we can also see that this one is a bit redundant, and unless we change the way that we calculate them, right? So let's get rid of all of these tests. Now look at this. It fits the screen. Amazing. So tests are all passing, I think. Let's go. Yeah. Okay. Now let's do the same thing for these ones. So let's call this happy case, and this one will be negative numbers. So this will test all of the negative numbers. And so let's make this parameters. And yeah, for the people who know Parameterize, you know why I picked this list with tuples. But I mean, it's pretty common pattern. So we're going to do it the same way. So the input is -1, which is what we put in the add function, and this is the expected match with this exception, which is always the same. So we don't need to worry about that. Now the next one is this one. It's 3, and the other one, which has the positive number. Yeah. So now we'll do for parameter in parameters, and here we put the inputs, and here the sorry. So we put parameter. Sorry, the screen is going crazy. Okay, it's okay now. Parameter 0. No. Sorry, it's parameter 1, and we're going to get that better. This is actually pretty. It's good that I did it this way, because we know that the first element of the tuple is the input, and the second one is the expected. And I could add them. I could make them into variables inside the loop, but I'm not going to do that for now, because we're going to refactor it using Parameterize. It's failing. What have I done? Did I copy? Yes. Yes, so this is the other way around. Wait, what? I did not read the error message. Tuple object has no starts with. Ooh. Wait, did I copy something wrong? No, I think I'm passing a tuple into instead of the string. So wait a second. This is in, and this is also something that Parameterize will help us to figure out, because now you see I don't know what was where did this happen, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to print the parameter, and now where is the print? Okay. So oh of course, okay, yeah. There was an S here. I was passing the whole tuple into the add. Also, maybe I did that. Yeah. So there was some voodoo coding here. I shouldn't have changed that. That was correct. And it was great. So now it's working. And now we have nodes on both sides. I don't know why. And okay, so how we're going to make this a lot better now. So we're going to use the parameterize. So what will the parameterize? So you saw how I was debugging that with this print statement, and we don't want to do that. So parameterize is going to remove that. So let me also, like, we've done this. We're happy. So let's make this happy parameters. It's going to be exactly this. And yeah, so we don't need this. So pytest mark parameterize works this way. So we pass in a string. This is the ugly bit. So we pass in as input and then expected. And this is going to translate into arguments. And now we pass in the happy parameters, and what it's going to do is going to go through all of these parameters, and it's going to call this test. Whoa. It's going to call this test with each of these. So it's going to call this test all of those times with these ones as arguments. So we get rid of the loop, and we get rid of these crazy parameters, and instead we call it as input and expected. Let's see if this works. And it does. So I think this is a lot better. Do you think so? I'll show you. Remember when I was trying to debug in the previous one, in the negative numbers? I had to print. So I'm going to cause this one to fail, and I'm going to show you why this is better. So we run the test, and it's going to fail there. And you can see straight away that it shows us that 1 equals 2, and it shows us here the input and the expected. So you can know in which case it failed. So we know that it failed here because this is the input and this is the expected, right? So we can go here, change this, and all the tests are passing, and this is beautiful. Now we do the same for the negative numbers. So negative parameters, and I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to get rid of this, Now I do the same thing. So parameterize. I'm going to call them the same because it makes sense. Expected and negative parameters. Right, so then input expected, and this is the expected, and this is the input. Let's see if it works. Yes, it does. So that's it. Shorter video, I hope. I hope you managed to stay till the end, even though I made that mistake early on. But, well, that's what happens usually in a real developer's life. So, also, let's cross this and have fun. I did have fun. I hope you had to. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.